And we are live.
Okay, we're good to go. Cheers, Cody. You can hear me clearly?
Yes, I hear you good.
Okay, hi guys. Welcome to this evening's Hangout, our first leadership call of 2016. We've got Cody joining us here this evening as well, so he's going to be taking us through some stuff. What I want to do firstly, just before handing over to Cody, is just go through a few things that are coming up during the month of January that are important and some that are a must for everyone to get along with. You might have seen we did send a link out, which is for Thursday evening of next week, the 14th of January in Dublin. There's an event on there by Big Al. For anybody that don't know, he wrote the book Icebreakers. Myself, Fionn, Karen, Cody is also coming along to that event. So anyone that can make that, that's 7:30 next Thursday evening, the 14th of January in Dublin. I'll put the links up for everything that we're talking about as well after this call. So that's the first one. That's an independent event that's been organised. Actually, a friend of ours from a previous company that sent us the invite along to that one. That's about 25 euro plus a couple of euro booking fee for that particular event, but it'd be a really good one for you to get along to for anyone that can make that. Most importantly, our own events for the tour that we're doing here in Ireland. Now, for those of you that don't know, obviously we've got Cody coming over, joining us for a few days of that tour. Rob Sperry's also coming over, joining us on the tour. Now, look, more importantly, we've got these guys have actually funded this tour for us. Now, there's a lot of money going into this tour between renting the motorhome that we're using, the hotel space that we're booking for the meetings. Literally, there's a lot of money being invested by all of our support structure over in the USA. So it's imperative that everyone gives this tour their full support. At the end of the day, we're doing this to help each and every one of you to build your own businesses. Again, I'll put the links up for this, but it kicks off Tuesday, the 19th of January. We're in Mayo. Wednesday, the 20th, we're in Galway. We're Waterford on the Thursday, the 21st. Friday the 22nd in Kilkenny. Monday 25th we're in Dublin. Tuesday the 26th we're in Limerick, and Wednesday the 27th we're in Cork. Now, I mentioned it before, obviously what we're looking for everyone to do is to attend each and every one of the events where possible. Obviously there's a lot of distance between them, but obviously most people can certainly attend probably 2, 3, 4 of the events depending on where they're basically based geographically. Also, as I mentioned previously, because we're going to be in each of these areas for the full day leading up for the event, so we're going to literally be out from kind of 9, 10 in the morning. We're going to be there working the area, getting people along to these meetings. So everyone's in the areas, as I mentioned before, get some time booked out from work, get along. Obviously, this is going to give you a perfect opportunity to kind of work closely with Cody and Rob, who are going to be there. They're going to be there to kind of help you doing invites, planning, different bits and pieces. We're also going to get people out kind of doing a bit of work, getting a bit of networking done in those areas. As I say, the aim that we've got in place for this tour is to put 100 plus people into the team. The more of you that are along and putting your time aside and getting along there with us, this is going to put a lot of people into your team. Now, if you look at the bigger picture on there, if we put 100 people in to the team over that course of the tour, which is a 10-day tour with a weekend in between that we're going to be doing follow-up calls, myself and Cody, etc. But if we have 100 people come into the team between that tour, and if you look at it then, the knock-on effect from that, within literally a space of a couple of months, that could develop into 1,000, 2,000 plus people literally off the back of the tour. So it's imperative everyone giving us their full support, getting along with us. We're getting some flyers printed as well, which we're going to have on the ground in the area to get out. When I say flyers, they're not so much flyers, they're invites. The idea is getting out, getting people invited along to these events. We want these events packed out every single day that we're there. And more importantly, putting lots and lots of people into each and every one of your team. With a goal set there of 100 people, personally, I'd like to see us achieve a hell of a lot more. Obviously, there's a good few people in the team already. I'd like to see each and every one of you having 5 to 10 people plus each personally coming into your own teams. And again, bear in mind, apart from the networking that we're going to be getting out, getting people invited to along, obviously we're going to be working hand in hand with Cody and Mark, obviously getting the invites and getting all your key people along to these tours as well. Next big date then, with the event in Luxembourg on the 30th of January. This is the first big European event. So again, anybody can get over to Luxembourg for that event. Obviously, you're going to have all the leaders coming over to that particular event as well. After the Luxembourg event, the first week of February, Luke is going to be coming over. Luke Hessler, he's going to be coming over to Ireland. Not sure whether it's going to be a day or two. And the week after that, we're going to have Alex Morton back over in Ireland with us as well. So a hell of a lot going on. As a big main focus for everyone at the moment is the tour, running Tuesday 19th of January through to Wednesday the 27th of January. And so I'll post all the details up on this in the chat group as well, so you can get all these dates to hand and go through them in detail. We're meeting with a lot of the team over the next couple of days, but I'll make sure that we've spoken to everybody during the course of this week. We want to get plans in place. I want to know who's going to be able to be literally in each of these areas with us, what meetings you can attend, what days literally you're going to be able to get the days off and literally get on the streets working with us, literally for the 8, 10, 12 hours, whatever the case may be, which is going to ultimately build your business. Without further ado, anyway, I'm going to hand you over now to Cody, and he'll take over for the rest of the call. Are you there, Cody?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, totally, mate.
Okay, great. Awesome. All right, cool, guys. So adding on to what Tony was talking about, this is the time, brand new year, new goals. This is the biggest thing, is if you do what you did last year, you're going to get what you got last year. And if you want new things to happen, you got to take new actions and do new activities and new things that are going to get you to your goals this year. And the best time to start is now, and, you know, taking initiative to really get things launching off, not right now, but, you know, or like right now, not waiting until, you know, we're out there and we're going to all these areas. Like, you got to look at it like this: is if you're in a city and we're going to be coming to your city and you have 3 or 4 people like in that area right now, okay, think about this. If you could really focus in this week into next week and get 5 or 6 new people or more added in that city, you're going to have that much bigger of an event when we're there, and you're going to get that much more results. So you got to really look at, this is the time to really be focusing in. Who could you make invites to? Who could you introduce to the business? We'll close the calls for you. Tony, Fionn, myself, we'll close the calls for you. But you got to look at this week is really, really important to focus in on, you know, talking, making some invites to prospects, getting them on calls, getting that group established in your area, so that when we come, we could have a successful event. Because there's a lot of expectations that we have, and it's just something that we have to have. You know, if you're in a market and you're taking this business seriously and we're coming to you, we have to, you know, get results. We have to go out there and we have to get the results. You know, I'm investing a lot of time and my money into being there for 2 weeks, you know, away from my family, away from my friends. So all that we're asking from you guys is that you give it your all while we're there. You give it your all, that, you know, you do whatever it takes to get the guests to the events. You do whatever it takes to be at the events. You know, if you have work, take off work. It's the 4th. You have at least 10 plus days to be taking off work for these days. And it's not like, I don't mean to be blunt here, but, you know, there's a point where it's like, you got to be at these events. If you're in distance of being there, you got to be at the event, because this is what's going to separate those that make a lot of money in 2016 from Jeunesse, and the people that, you know, don't take it serious and aren't going to reach their goals this year. So this is really, really, really important that you focus in. It's January, new year, new goals. I'm going to be talking about how to assess your, you know, what happened last year, looking at this year, moving ahead, and forming your vision statement for this year so that you make sure you hit your goals. Okay, but it's up to you to take initiative and take action. You know, we're investing time, money. You don't have to invest in the hotels. You don't have to invest in much. You just have to invest in yourself and getting yourself off work, getting yourself to the events, and bringing friends. Bring your mom, your dad, your cousin, your friends, your best friends, whoever you can physically get to the events while we're there. It has to be massive action and getting as many people there as possible. Because think about it, when is the best time to be able to get those people on board? You have the people that are skeptical. You have the people that aren't really sure about it. You get them in front of Tony and myself, Fionn, we're going to close them. We're going to help you get them started. So you got to take the initiative. If you want your goals to happen, you want it bad, you got to get there and make sure that you say, hey, all right, I'm going to, we're going to be in Galway or we're going to be in Dublin. You're like, okay, I'm going to have 5 new guests or 10 new guests, like whatever it is. Set a goal for how many guests you want to be at each event and make it happen, whatever it takes. You got to pick up the prospects, pick them up. It's easier to get them there sometimes doing that, but it's just taking the action to make it happen so that we can really hit our goals here with this trip. Like Tony was saying, our goal is to add 100 people, and we can't do that alone. You don't have to add 100 yourself, but it comes together with everyone putting in a little bit of effort so we all could reap the rewards from it together as a team. So going into goal setting and the vision statements, getting this set up. If you don't already have in front of you, grab a pen and paper, please, to write some stuff down. Don't do it on your computer. We'll give you guys a couple minutes to get, pen and paper, because there's something about writing things down that makes it just more real, just physically writing it down that makes it more real and that it's gonna happen for you. So there's a few steps to it. It'll take about 15 minutes, and then we'll close out the call for the day. But give you a quick, 10, 15 seconds, get paper, pen, and I'll start going through this. All right. So the first step towards creating this vision statement, it all kind of works together. So just kind of, take it step by step here. So step 1 is what I want you guys to do is write down 10 things that you achieved last year. So 10 things that you achieved last year. They don't have to be huge things, just anything that you achieved. Something as simple as you started your Jeunesse business. That's an achievement. I mean, you started a business. You're doing something that most people will never do. It could be you consistently got into the gym. You're happy about that. You got a new job. You surrounded yourself by a new group of motivated people. Whatever your goals are or whatever achievements that you accomplished last year, write 10 of them down. And this is hard. This will be hard for some of you because this is the thing, is people aren't programmed to, think about the things that they've achieved. They're always programmed to think about the lack and the scarcity and things. This is going to get you into abundance thinking and thinking positively and thinking about getting proud of yourself for the things that you've accomplished. And they don't need to be huge things. Like even one of mine was like, I wrote down for mine is like, I started, X amount of new great friendships. Like I met, like 10 new people that are now great friends, great role models for me, and whatever. Like that was an achievement for me because I'm always trying to add positive people to my friend group. So whatever 10 things are, I'll give you guys, a couple minutes to get those down, and this will be recorded so you can, go back if I go a little bit too fast, but give you guys quick another 30, 45 seconds. So 10 things again that you achieved in 2015. All right. So hopefully you've gotten those 10 things down. If you haven't, don't stress. You could finish this when we get off the call. But we're going to move on to the next point here, number 2. So out of those 10 things that you achieved last year, choose 3 of them that you're most proud of. Out of those 10 things that you accomplished last year, that you achieved last year, what are you most proud of? What are the 3 that you're just like, man, I feel good about this. Like, this feels good. Just go through whatever it is for you. The top 3 that you feel that you're like, this is awesome. I was so happy when this happened, or I just felt fulfilled when this was happening, or whatever that was for you. Choose your top 3, and then write those top 3 with like a space in between. So like on mine, I wrote down started becoming closer to God. That was like something that was important to me that I've been working on for myself personally. So like write that down and then have a space underneath it, and then write your second one, space underneath it, third one, space underneath it. So again, choose 3 of the things that you're most proud of the 10 that you've accomplished, and write those down with a space in between each one. I'll give you guys another 45 seconds to get that down, and then we'll move on to the next one. So 3 things that you're most proud of, listing them with a space in between each one from the 10 things that you achieved last year. Another 10 seconds here. All right, I'm going to go on to the next part. So again, if I'm going a little too fast, it is recorded. You can go back and listen to like each different part here. So next part is also a step on here. Basically, so the space in between the 3 that you're most proud of. So you're gonna write down, where are we at? The 3 things that got you towards achieving that. So say for example, you got a new job last year. So you got a new job. So write 3 things, 3 action steps you took towards getting that new job. Maybe it was meeting, you networked and found a contact, and then you presented yourself very well, whatever, for the second thing. And then the third thing was that you impressed them with your work ethic and whatever. Like, it's 3 things that got you towards that achievement. Because what this is doing is getting you actively understanding, what you're doing towards reaching each achievement. So going back here really quick. So 3 things for each topic. So you have the 3 points, right? So the 3 things you're most proud of, and then write 3 things that helped you towards each one. So say new job, 3 things that you did towards achieving the new job. And then whatever another goal was that you had and you achieved last year, write 3 things that you did to actively make sure that happened for you. So give you guys a couple minutes, and then move on to the next point. So the step again was you wrote down the 3 things that you're most proud of from your 10 achievements last year. And then underneath each one, you wrote down 3 action steps that you took towards achieving that last year, what you did in order for that to have happened last year. I'm gonna give you guys a minute because that could take some time to really think through it. So about 45 seconds, and then I'll move on to the next thing. So 3 things you're most proud of, and you write 3 things that you did towards achieving that goal or whatever the achievement was. And I know for some of you, this is the first time you've ever done something like this. This is the way I like to start off my year. I like to have a good vision. There's 2 books that talk about having a definite purpose and having a vision for not only your life, but having an annual vision, really. Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, and Outwitting the Devil. Both of these books talk about drifters never accomplish their goals. So you drift through life, you aren't going to accomplish as much as you would if you had a definite purpose. So this is what's essentially going to be creating your definite purpose for this year. And when you have a definite purpose, you wake up in the morning and you're excited. You know what you're aiming for, you know what you're working towards, you know what you need to do, and you don't have a drifter mindset where you just wonder and wander. You don't want to do that. Drifters don't accomplish a lot in life. So 98% of people are drifters. Only 2% are non-drifters. And it takes work. You have to work on your mind with this, but this is just something that's going to get your mind going and thinking in the right direction here. All right, so that should be enough time. If it's not, again, it's recorded. You can go back and work on it. I'm going to move on to the next thing just so we don't have the call be way too long. So that part was you write 3 things you're most proud of, and then 3 steps on each one of what you did towards achieving that thing. The next step here is you're going to write down 10 new goals for 2016. So this would be the next step. You're going to write down now 10 new goals for this year. What do you want to make happen in 2016? Financial goals, business goals for Jeunesse, health goals, health, physical goals, relationship goals, spiritual goals. What else do I have here? Investment goals. If you want to buy a new car, whatever those goals are, 10 new goals that you're going to work on or that you want to achieve in 2016. Give you guys another 30, 45. Well, I'll give you another minute and a half actually, because that's 10 new goals for 2016 that you want to have happen. Health, physical, financial, relationships, spiritual, mental, like reading. How many books do you want to read? All right. So give you another 45 seconds on that one. So 10 new goals for 2016. get about 15 more seconds, and then we'll move on to the next point. All right, so once you have your 10 new goals for 2016 down, what you're going to do is you're going to select the three most important ones to you. In your mind, you look at your 10 goals and look at, okay, which 3 of these are most important to me? And if you have more, that's fine. You could select, 4 or 5. Like, it doesn't really matter how many. It's just 3. 3 is a good number to really select to focus on. So select, essentially 3 of the goals that you want to make happen in 2016 of the 10. And once you've selected those 3, the next step of this is going to be this. So you're essentially going to be making, it's like an affirmation of the goal. So let's see. So for example, you're going to say, I must achieve this because, and I will achieve this because. So if your goal is to reach Sapphire and Sapphire Elite and make between 3,000 a month and 5,500 a month, whatever that goal is for you, so you're going to look at that goal and you're going to say, I must hit Sapphire Elite because, whatever the reason because is, and then you say, I will hit Sapphire Elite because I'm going to put in the time, the effort, and I'm going to work the business like a business and make it happen. And so it's basically saying, I must hit Sapphire Elite because what it's going to do for you. And then you say, I will hit Sapphire Elite because I'm going to do, ABC. So you're saying why you have to hit it, and then you're saying what you're going to do in exchange to hit it. Because too many people, this is how people set goals in the new year. They say, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to, get more spiritual. I'm going to do this. And there's no like strength behind it. Like you have to have some, their foundation of goals is on quicksand. Like it's just there, you have to have foundation behind your goals, and you have the why behind each individual goal. And so what you're doing here is you're saying, I'm just using Sapphire Elite as an example. You fill this in for whatever your few goals that you have circled are. So again, say it's your goal is Sapphire Elite. I must hit Sapphire Elite because it's going to allow me to quit my job, spend more time with my friends, my family, on my hobbies, spend more time at church, travel, whatever it is for you. And then you say, and I will hit Sapphire Elite because I'm going to take the business seriously and treat it like a business. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to follow my mentor's advice. I'm going to take action on my goals, and I'm going to treat this like a business. So that's, you do that for each thing. Say if one's like, you want to lose 20 pounds. So for example, for that, I must lose 20 pounds because it's going to make me healthier. I'm going to live longer. I'm going to be able to spend more time with my family. I'm going to be able to run around more and do more things, have more energy, whatever, I'm going to look better. I'm going to feel better about myself. My confidence is going to go up, whatever that is. And I will lose 20 pounds because I'm going to go to the gym 4 times a week. I'm going to eat reasonably healthy and be consistent with it. So I must and I will. So I must do it because of, your why, and I will do it and what you're going to give in exchange for that goal. There's no such thing as something for nothing. Like there's nothing. Like it's like the lottery is the only thing, I think, really. So you always have to give something. So you have to declare why you need this goal to happen, and then you're declaring what you're going to do in exchange. So you already know now what you need to do to make that goal happen. So the only thing that's going to be stopping you from reaching that end goal is going to be your own self, because you're declaring it right now. You're declaring, I must hit this goal because why? And I will hit this goal, and these are the action steps I'm going to take towards achieving this goal. That's how this step goes. So I'm going to run through all of this leading up to here, and then the final step. So the first step we talked about was 10 things that you achieved last year. And then you circled 3 of those 10 things that you're most proud of. And then you wrote those 3 things that you're most proud of down, and you wrote down the action steps that you took towards achieving those 3 things. And then the next step that we talked about was having 10 new goals for this new year. So then once you got those, you chose a few of those that are the most important. You chose a few of those that are the most important to you. And then what you did was you wrote down, I must hit this goal because why? And I will hit this goal because I am going to do this in exchange for myself hitting that goal. So that's it. So that's the foundation behind all of this. And the last step is your vision statement. And your vision statement is something you want to look at on a day-to-day basis. In your bad days, your good days, you want to be looking at your vision statement. If you ever heard the thing, without vision, people perish. Like, you have to have a vision for what you're gonna do. Like, I can't express that enough. Like, you have to know what you're doing. You're gonna wander through life if you don't have a set vision for achieving your goals and making these things happen. So get your vision together of what you're gonna do, and that's what I'm going to talk about, how to write your vision statement, and then we're going to close the call. So I'll let you guys hopefully finishing up writing here. Okay, so I'm going to talk about writing your vision statement now. So in writing your vision statement is basically going to go like this. You're writing it as if it's in present tense. So the start of your vision statement is this. I just woke up. It's January 1st, 2017, and my life is amazing because blank. And you're going to fill it in with the goals that you put down. So I'm just going to throw a few goals together in like a sample one. So I just woke up. It's January 1st, 2017, and my life is amazing because I'm Sapphire Elite in Jeunesse. And which has allowed me to spend more time with my family, give back to my community, travel more, take time on my hobbies more, help a lot of people. And it's provided me time freedom. And then you add on with your next goal. And so you're reading all this. I just woke up. It's January 1st, 2017. My life is amazing because of that. And I am now 20 pounds, whatever your weight is, say you're like, I don't mind, I do it in pounds, obviously. Say it's like, you're 200 pounds, you want to weigh 180 pounds, you write down, I am 180 pounds, healthy, I have more energy than I've ever had in my life. I'm able to, stay up later, get up earlier, my body feels better, I feel more at peace, I feel more inspired, I feel just more excited towards life. That could be like your second thing. And then third thing, say, is you want to buy a new car, have that on there too. I have purchased, for me, I wrote down a GTR. So so I'll just read like what I wrote down on here for myself. And I drive my GTR, for fun, and have my daily driver, for all business activities. And, I'm able to, spend a lot of time, driving and having fun, whatever. So it's just like you're writing down your goals in present tense, like you've already achieved them. So you write down, I just woke up. It's January 1st, 2017. My life is amazing because blank, blank, and blank, and blank, whatever, however many you put in there. So you put those all together, and that's your vision. That's what 2016 is. So you've went from, I'm gonna breaking this all down to close it out. You went from looking at what you did last year, what you achieved, how you achieved it, what steps you took, and then you wrote down what you want to achieve this year. And then you wrote down why you need to achieve it, and you wrote down what you need to do to achieve it. So now that it becomes there's no excuse, and now you've written down your vision of what you're going to accomplish this year, what you already accomplished this year, you know, 2017, January 1st, what you achieved in 2016, right? So you write down your vision and you check back with this daily. This isn't something you write down one time and then never look at it. Then you just wasted your time. You look at this every day because you need to focus on your vision and where you're going and what you're going to be doing. And the thing is, your goals, I always say make realistic goals, but make them worthy of the efforts that you're going to put towards them. You know, you're not going to be able to see how you're going to reach these goals. You just have to know why you're going to reach these goals. And when you're looking at these goals, what you want to do is just understand, like, I always like to give this example with goals. Say from San Francisco, California to New York, New York, they're on the opposite sides of the country here in the US. And it's amazing. People could drive from San Francisco all the way to New York in pitch black darkness because all they need is their headlights on in their car where they could see a couple hundred feet in front of them. So you don't need to see the grand scheme of how everything's going to work out. What you need to be able to see is a little bit far in front of you and just see the next step. That's it. And that's how you can drive all the way to New York, is just by seeing a little bit in front of you to reach that next goal, you know, and breaking it down all the way until you reach your end vision. So that's it, guys. You know, going through this, if I went a little too fast, I wanted to keep it at a reasonable time. I know I went a little long, but I think this is really important. And I think this is going to be very valuable for all of you. And I'm assuming this is probably the first time for most of you that you've ever done this before in your life. And I promise it'll help change your life if you really do study it daily, look at it every day towards your end vision. Share this with your family. I would say share it with your family and then maybe close business associates if you want. You know, and let them know what you're looking at for this year. So that's it, guys. Again, let's take action towards, you know, next week when I'm there and at all of the events, you know, taking action towards getting guests there. You know, we got to take this really, really seriously while we're there. You know, we're investing the time, the money, the resources. All that we're asking is you invest your time, you get off work, you get to these events, and you make it a priority, and make some sacrifices to make your goals come true and make your vision actually come true this year, and stop allowing yourself to quit your goals after a couple weeks and throw in the towel, and actually maintain your goals and actually make them happen. So with that, excited, guys, let me know. Let's do calls this week, and let's help. You know, if you're not yet executive, let's get you executive. If you're not Jade, let's get you Jade. If you're not yet Pearl, let's get you Pearl. Whatever we got to do, let's make some rank advances and have a very, very, very large push for January. Talk to all of you soon.